some of these organizations will just cage you to an extent that you don't even have a life again, and you would even forget that you don't have a life again. I was like, no, there's nothing like loyalty again. Loyalty does not exist. Welcome back. I'm glad you could join me today. So today, like I promised, I want to share a little bit my background story so that you would understand where I'm coming from. Like I shared in my earlier video, I'm an educator, and I've been teaching for almost a decade now. Started working in a school in 2017, and before then I've had this mindset that when you're working for somebody, you just give it your all, especially if your boss seems like a nice person. At least the place is a bit comfortable. So I was just so comfortable where I was, because number one, I was enjoying the job. It was stressful, but I was still enjoying it because I got to impact children positively. It's not like the pay was so okay, but at least it was paying my rent, it was helping with food, feeding my family, but it wasn't enough. I had this loyalty mindset that wherever you're working and the person is paying you as and when due, you should be fully loyal, and somehow even to forgetting about your own self, forgetting about who you are, getting your dreams. Yes, I did that. I forgot them totally. In 2021, I was able to climb from 2027. I worked as a teacher. Eventually, in 2021, I became the school head. That's the head teacher of the school. It was a big promotion. It even made me to put myself. If I had been putting 100%, I was now putting 120 or 150% of myself, more than I should have, because I just took up the school on my head. Like, then back then I kept telling anyone that cares to hear that I'm working for the owner of the school, like she were my mother and like the school were my own. So that was the mindset. I just wanted everything to work. And little did I know that the person I was working for we're not on the same page. She began to feel insecure because I was achieving a lot for the school. I don't even know. I don't want to go into the full story, but I was achieving a lot. I was still humble to the school, to the owner. So the mind shift change came in 2023. Okay, the story started from 2021. Remember, I said I was working at that school from 2027. So I was able to climb, became the school head, the head teacher in 2021. And that was where the whole story started going south. For 1 year, I really enjoyed the position. I worked well with the owner. But in the second year, things started changing. I noticed she was becoming more hostile. She was becoming more of a micromanager, couldn't trust me on anything. And it got to a point where what I did was wrong. Whether it was right, it was still wrong. Or whether it was wrong, everything was wrong. And the pressure was becoming too much on me, because I kept telling myself that I couldn't live here. Where will I start? Almost 7 years in an organization. I didn't even have an updated CV. I kept telling myself, no, I needed to stay back here, because also living that place, we were around taking my children out of school because they were also attending the same school. It was really comfortable. I didn't need to start doing school runs or thinking of going to pick my children, or if they are sick, they are with me. If they are okay, they are with me. And so I knew I should leave, but I got cold feet. I just was scared of leaving until it came to a point that I couldn't sleep at night, and I started wishing for death. Yeah, for death. And then I had to voice out. I spoke with someone, and the person said that's not a good place to be. That's burnout, and that is depression. So that I had to leave there no matter what. By this time, the woman had become so hostile to the extent of telling me to go back to the classroom and become a teacher. She wanted to employ another head of school. I was like, what did I do wrong? I asked her. I had to sit down and speak with her. What did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? Because we never had any fallout or anything. She really didn't have anything to say. She just said, you're a good teacher. You've always been a good teacher, so it would be better to go back to the classroom. So I turned in my resignation because it wasn't a healthy place to be any longer. I gave her 1 month notice. And initially she was like, I'm not taking this, you're not leaving, I want you to continue to work with me. And it's like, where's this coming from? Are you a confused human being? But the next day again came and said, okay, I'm taking your resignation, make it 2 weeks. I was like, in my mind I was like, is that how much of a hurry you are, like how much you are in a hurry to get rid of me? And that particular day started making all sort of changes in the school, and it was too much for me to bear. My body would just be hot for no reason, because at that point I knew I needed to take an immediate action. So I turned in the resignation letter for 2 weeks, like she said, but I didn't come back the next day because I couldn't stay 2 more weeks there. I don't know what would have happened to me health-wise or mentally. And that was where the mindset shift started. And I was like, no, there's nothing like loyalty again. Loyalty does not exist. Do what works for you. Be good to other people, but make sure it's not at your own detriment. Yes. So I needed a lot of time to heal from that. It was really traumatizing. I didn't even want to work again, but I needed to still find a job because we live in Africa. Life out here is not easy. Nobody hands out free check to you as maybe stimulus package or whatever. Nothing like that. So you need to work to eat. You need to work. So I needed to get a job, but then I started reevaluating my beliefs. And it was even so bad then that I didn't have a social media presence while I was working there, because that was how busy I was. I just felt people on social media were wasting their time. Some of these organizations will just cage you to an extent that you don't even have a life again, and you would even forget that you don't have a life again. Not until when you leave that place and it will now dawn on you that, wow, what have I been doing all these years? So I just sat there and I was like, did I just waste 7 years of my life? There was no send foot. She never called me back. And I was like, for 7 years, I served you. I didn't steal from you. I didn't wrong you in any way. I didn't take away your customers. Maybe I opened the school, I took it. No, I didn't do any of that. I deserve the sent foot. I deserve to be sent foot properly. I deserve, but I release it. I've moved past that, and I believe it's just something that happened to teach me some lessons. I was becoming too comfortable with life, too comfortable where I was, and there's a whole lot more to achieve. Come on, I'm just 30. What? 30 something. Life was still ahead of me. So God knew I was caging myself there, and He needed me to come out of it all and express myself. That's my story. And now I have a belief that even though you're working for somebody, don't do it like it's your own, because it's not your own. They can get rid of you just like that. So build something that is your own. Even easier to build something that's your own. You can start building it online, like I'm doing on social media. The platforms are free. So start building, please. Don't stay with one job and say, I'm giving it my all, my boss is nice, my this is that, and just way away somewhere. As you're doing that to make ends meet, please, on the side, also build something for yourself. Be working on something for yourself. That's my advice in this video. Time goes on, I'll be sharing things that I did to overcome that emotional time of my life, and how I moved on, and things I've ventured into, things I'm planning to venture into. After all, that's what this channel is. This channel is about documenting my journey. If you've been through similar experience, I'd like to hear from you. Please leave a comment for me. I'll be in the comments reading. Also remember to like this video and subscribe. Thank you. Bye for now.